What's up, all you clashers out there? This is Galaxis, and thank you guys for joining me today. We're going to be working on dungeons, and this is basically, I've been having some of my viewers asking me, like, could you show us how to do some dungeons? And, we're not going to be working it with Expert Dungeons 1, and I'm not going to be doing just regular dungeons. If you guys need some help with that, just hit me up. We'll try and get something together. But we're not going to do Expert Dungeons 1. We're just going to start on Expert Dungeons 2, and we'll just work our way up. Now, for this first one, we're going to be using Eternal Elite. That's one of my stronger subs, and you can see we're just going through the account here real quick. Got some pretty beastie guys here on this account, and what we're going to do is we're just going to look at what it takes to beat some of these expert dungeons. Now, we got Candy Cane on that. Pretty good selection of heroes on this account, and in reality some people may not actually have all these heroes, so we'll be talking about substitutions and stuff like that throughout the series. And I'm open for you guys to give any suggestions too, definitely to help get any answers that you guys are looking for on the best way to do this stuff. So going through here real quick, you can see we're on Expert Dungeon 2. We haven't even beaten a lot of these dungeons, so it's all about just trying to figure out where you're going to land and who you're going to land first. So this is a pretty beast squad that I have already here. For such a low might account, this will be really, really awesome. So we can go through here. We'll land Pumpkin Duke out there first. Allows him to start to get his proc stacked up. Gave him a little bit of the Guardian there, and not going to have much of a problem with these lower level dungeons. So what we're going to do is I'll probably, at this point, we'll take a look real quick. We'll substitute a few things out, because I know not everybody's going to have Dracula, and people aren't going to actually always have Dracula, Santa Boom, and stuff like that. So let's say you just have a Grizzly Reaper, and you're probably not going to have a 5 of 8 scatter Grizzly Reaper, but let's just say you have Grizzly instead of Dracula. Throw Dracula in, and take Dracula out, throw Grizzly in, and sort of see what happens. We'll drop that. Go ahead and drop Pumpkin out there. That's going to get Pumpkin stacking up. Got our Guardian on standby that we can drop. Pumpkin's going to run in the middle, so you always want to try and protect him. And it's not going to have very much of a problem wiping out these low level dungeons. So basically that's what you're looking at. I use that spawn side over there because there's a few hero or troop bases over there that can help everything get going a little bit better. But let's say if you didn't have Santa Boom either, maybe you just only have a Mortep and Grizzly Reaper. You got a Pumpkin Duke and a Cupid though. So go in, we'll just take a look real quick. Using the same method, I'm going to go ahead and stack them up over on that side. It's actually not the hero or the troop bases over there, but we're looking at basically having all of those towers target the Pumpkin and get him going. Now I guess we could have probably landed over there with the Pumpkin Duke next to those troops also and got him to start stacking that way, but it's all good. These low level dungeons are really not going to be difficult for you if you've been working on your account and you've worked it up. You shouldn't have a problem. This account isn't really super leveled up either, so I mean it's decent, but definitely not a super high leveled account. 158 Pumpkin, 154 Cupid. I mean, the might of the account is only in the 20,000, so I mean, I guess you could say, yeah, that's pretty high level. Been putting a lot of work in on it, but basically that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be trying to find a good place to drop your guys in, and you guys can hit me up and leave any questions you have, or maybe substitutions that you'd like to see, and I can get that together and some of the following videos. But here we are. As you can see, it starts to get a lot worse, man. Those garrisons in the tower, they definitely cause problems for your guys. So we're just gonna go ahead and drop Pumpkin in there. We use the Guardian to protect him. You see he procs and just really gets everything going, and that's what it's all about. I mean, using Pumpkin Duke. Now, if you want to get, if you want to have an idea of how to do it without a Pumpkin Duke, then that's probably going to be a whole nother series, being able to beat these dungeons without the Pumpkin Duke. And not just without the Pumpkin Duke, but on an account that doesn't have a Pumpkin Duke, because if you have a Pumpkin Duke already on an account, then you probably, your progression is going to be more than, a guy that doesn't have a Pumpkin Duke in some situations. Not always, but Pumpkin Duke is definitely going to help you to be able to, get resources and stuff like that. So go ahead and drop your Pumpkin in over there. Get him procking. Get everything going. If you notice, I like to land with Pumpkin Duke just because, I just like to get his proc stacked up as quick as possible. So, I've always had a revive on my Pumpkin Duke. So, it's never been a real worry for me to be able to put him out there first and land with the Pumpkin Duke. But hopefully you guys like the new tracks that I'm throwing in. This is all music that's taken from some of my previous album releases. Over the years, I've released lots of different music, and this is some of the background music from that, instrumentals taken from those albums. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Throw that in the background and, keep everybody entertained. But on this one, we're going to go ahead and we're focusing on these towers here. When we land there, the towers are all going to target our hero. So, what's the best place to land? Probably over here. You see, we have all of those, all of the towers over here, and then on that other side over there is just the cannons. So, the cannons are probably going to be less lethal than those arrow towers. So go ahead and get our guys down, put the Pumpkin out there, and we'll just keep this moving nice and smoothly. Once Dracula starts to proc, he just destroys all of this stuff, no problem. And if you had an Immortep in there in place of Dracula, you probably get about the same response, as far as that goes, because his storm on these lower levels just destroy bases. So that's something that you can do. You can substitute Vlad Dracula, in there. But basically, we're going to keep on going through these, and we are on Expert Dungeon 5 now. I think it is there. So if we can beat this one here, this will wrap up the end of this portion of the series. And the next one, we'll go ahead and pick up at 2:6 through 2:10. We'll go ahead and keep that going. But looking for a place to land here. You got all of those troops there, and then you also got the tower. So we'll go ahead and land in our Pumpkin Duke, let him start procking, let him get procking, stack that proc up a little bit, and that should help us. Now there are some hero bombs in here, so this is a little bit dangerous. Oh man, I didn't drop it quick enough. Okay, we lost Santa Boom. All right, well that's okay, man. Sometimes you have to lose a hero in order to make it through dungeons, but it's okay, man. They'll be back in like 20 minutes, so it's no biggie. Just take a breather for a minute and come back, and you guys will be ready to go again. So that pretty much wraps that up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We're going to keep on going. I lost my Santa there. Going to keep on going on the next one. We'll just keep on moving through those expert dungeons. Guys, leave me any comments if there's anything that you want to see. Love you guys continuing to support my channel. Just keep on grinding, y'all. Till next time, Galaxis out.